This man killed his whole family, and the reason will shock you. On the evening of November 9, 1971, John List walked into his home in Westfield, New Jersey, with a quiet determination. His wife sat at the kitchen table, sipping her morning coffee. She barely had time to react before a bullet tore through her head. Upstairs, his elderly mother, Alma, sat unsuspecting in her room. John climbed the stairs and shot her in the face. But he wasn't done. His 16-year-old daughter, Patricia, and 13-year-old son, Frederick, were still at school. His eldest son, John Jr., was at soccer practice. Calmly, methodically, List cleaned up the crime scene, sat down for lunch, and waited for the rest of his children to come home, only to execute them one by one. This was not a crime of passion. It was a calculated extermination. John List had spent weeks preparing for this massacre. He had stopped paying bills, canceled newspaper subscriptions, and even written letters to his children's schools, explaining they would be on an extended vacation. But the most disturbing part? He arranged all the bodies neatly in the ballroom, placed a note on the table, and vanished. John List was a deeply religious man, obsessed with morality and appearances. But behind the facade of a perfect suburban family, he was drowning in debt. He had lost his job, and his pride wouldn't allow him to ask for help. He believed that by killing his family, he was saving their souls from the shame of poverty. In his mind, sending them to heaven was better than letting them suffer on earth. After the murders, List turned on the lights, set the house thermostat low to slow decomposition, and disappeared. For 18 years, he evaded justice, living under a false identity in another state. It wasn't until America's Most Wanted aired his story in 1989 that a tip led to his arrest. John List was finally captured, tried, and convicted of 5 counts of murder. He showed no remorse, calmly explaining that he did what he had to do. He died in prison in 2008, never fully acknowledging the horror of his actions. This case remains a shocking, chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest monsters hide behind the most ordinary faces.